As an adult, I didn't expect to be following rules and procedures just because someone says so. Carrying on teaching didn't align with what my inner soul knew to be true. As children, some of us are used to hearing, because I said so, and yet there I was, an intelligent professional adult, and I was following stupid rules that I didn't believe in. All those wonderful, inspirational reasons that I went into teaching for, that I gave all of my energy and precious lifetime to, that took me away from the most important person in my life, and I just didn't believe in the actual reality of it. Teaching for me became all about jumping through hoops and filling in boxes. And just when you felt you were getting somewhere, the government would move all the goalposts. And guess what? It made me ill. No surprises there. I tortured myself for a long time with the concern that I would be letting children and colleagues down if I left. But in the end, I had to walk away. I had tried by consenting to the BS for 13 years. I thought I could make a difference, as my voice was the voice of truth and justice, the one coming from the place of what's best for the pupils. I wasn't prioritising government initiatives, tick boxes, or league tables. I have a deep respect for ex-colleagues still there. They do a great job. But I didn't want to be the warrior anymore. My energy for the fight was gone. It was a fight I was never going to win. It was time to honour myself. Time to stop, get quiet, and listen to that little voice inside my heart again. So I let it all go. Big sigh of absolute joy and bliss. And why didn't I do this sooner? It feels so right and so great. Have I looked back? No, not once. Do I feel less worthy with no income or profession? Nope. I feel freedom. I feel a freedom I once had and lost. A long time ago to the man, the norm, custom and convention, if you like. All well and good if that aligns with my truth. But so much of it does not. Some of it feels so wrong and misdirected and nonsensical. So a big part of this journey of the no plan is chartering these unknown waters. And at times it is hard and confusing and contains decisions and dilemmas I could never have anticipated. We have stopped and rested here in the UK for a few months now, and it has been the perfect base to lay down the preparations for our next travels. Our storage unit full of stuff has been emptied, many of the items, large and small, now sold, and we are left with sorting through the final layer of our belongings. No easy task, that is for sure, and I have so many little things in a variety of categories. Little compartment boxes have saved my life. I have learned that letting go is a wonderful release, and of course the new space it creates invites in the appearance of all sorts of magic. I have also learned that it is okay to keep hold of the stuff that I love but don't need right now. This is an unsettling, exciting, scary opening as we push forward into the unknown again. We have a vision/notice board with our no plans on. Many of the creative ideas on there appeared at the beach during our 6 months in Greece. And now the blurry vision is coming into focus. Many things appear just like magic. We are working hard on practical necessities, different storage options for the remainder of the stuff, packing, sorting, organising, and James is building the interior of our new bigger van from scratch, turning it into our new home. Newly fitted vents and skylights complete, and he is currently insulating and putting in the electrics. We are also learning our Spanish, as our next road trip will take us through France and into Spain, where we have a house sit lined up to take us well into the springtime. And after that, who knows? We are pondering on travelling around Spain and into Portugal. The weather at this point will be hot and sunny and beautiful. Yes, back to talking about the weather again. But one thing is sure, we love the sunshine and the feelings of happiness and well-being it brings. And after all, this is our main motivation for doing all this stuff. So finally, I have learnt to listen consistently to my soul. And I remind myself every day, not just to continue listening, but to actually act upon it. I am back to questioning everything, and it is the best. I am giving myself the gift of my time. Sometimes I use that time just to stop and breathe and think. Thank you, I take it back, and I will never give it away so easily again. I'll live my life spending my time how I choose to, with honour and respect towards others and myself. I trust that little voice in my heart above all other voices. Some good stuff here. Let's go.
Gravel road, I've been asked to slow down. Fireplace, do you know how? Piles of paper, my desk is out. Who will care for the world out? Rest with me, close to curtains, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me, take my hand and lead even when I disagree. Oh, how I love when it rains outside.
So I'm really pleased with how that's turned out, just putting one coat on so far, and it's knocked back that really light coloured wood of the ply that was there, and now it just blends it in. It doesn't match, I know it doesn't match, but I might put another coat of the walnut on, and maybe 3 coats, but probably 2. And I just said to James, I mean, it was a really good trolley, but now it's a great trolley, and yeah, it looks really good as well. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And I'm going to take you downstairs. James is outside and he is doing some van mods. So last week, if you'd have seen last week's video, I was making the first set of curtains for the side windows for the van. So we've just been to the shop and James has bought some curtain wire and little bits and bobs that he needed to fit them in the van. And yeah, we're going to hang the curtains. I haven't done the back curtains yet. I'll probably do those later on this week. And I might dig out some bits and bobs as well for the van, because there's a few things in the studio that we used to have in our van and I've kept hold of them and they're kind of van-like and cute.
Quite a bit of material to it. Am I filming? Yeah. Oh, it's like Back to the Future, where you're dock. 1.21 gigawatts.
Okay.
Yeah, check. The ceiling, mind you, the ceiling is actually quite thick. So what I thought I was going to have to drill through into the metal of the bodywork. But actually, I reckon these curtain wires might be able to actually just hold on that. Anyway,
It's not going to be heavy, is it?
let's get the first curtain wire. Let's bring it on.
Totes.
Oh, do you remember this job? Did we say we were going to split the curtain at the back or not? We didn't, did we?
2 curtains.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're doing 2 curtains that open in the middle. Is that how you want it still?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about
I think I've cut it.
putting a thing in the middle then.
Oh yeah,
to bring
yeah,
it
you
match the
can
ceiling.
do. You can do because we are going to have 2, aren't we? I've cut them as 2, I think. Yeah, that'll work really well. And then you don't get that saggy thing. Perfect. Okay. There, and then take through. Just fiddling with this little bit of ribbon. Is that better?
Yeah, that looks good. Mind your head, mate.
We've got jingle bells from my mama bear, and she brought us those when we had our very first van and we were just about to set off for Europe. And yeah, cute. Of course they jingle all the way. Lol. Oh yeah, it's really quiet that. I can pass. There we go. Quite a lot of fabric. Seem to want to push, don't know why. Why it's bunching up.
Should we close it up and see what it looks like?
Ooh, cosy. Oh, it feels just like being in Dom. Oh yeah, that's really good. We'll probably maybe Velcro that as well to keep the light out. Where it falls off the wall. Do something. Well, cosy. Van life take 4. So good morning. Welcome to my lovely cool studio this week. It's not so hot, thank goodness. So I've opened all the lighting out and I'm going to sort my art trolley out. I think that's the first thing I'm going to do, and then decide which projects I'm going to work on today in art-wise. And I found a few bits and bobs for the van. So when we first set off on our travels, I got quite a few special gifts I got one from my mum, which was those bells that you saw me hanging at the back of the van. And they've been in every van we've had. And then I've had this little glass decoration, sunshine, from my sister, one of my sisters. But I've lost the sucker thing that goes on it that sticks it to the window. So I need to see if I can get another one from somewhere. And then I've also found a little potential lantern, which might look quite nice in the kitchen. So that might be quite nice with a fake candle in it probably, or maybe a teeny tiny plant or something like that. And then I've also got a few things that we've had in previous vans as well, like the little heart and some bells that I need to untangle, and a little hook as well. So we'll probably put them somewhere. It's a very small van though, obviously, so I haven't got enough space to hang everything probably. And decorations in a small van, they just get in the way and they get really annoying. So it's really strategic where you place things and things like that. So if you've had a small van, then you'll know exactly what I mean. And then I also found some of these little teeny tiny hooks, which we can use for the lighting. So James has bought some fairy lights, and so we can put them on the ceiling. So that's the plan for those. So yes, job number 1, art trolley. Job number 2, ponder on what art project to do. And then job number 3, which I might have to leave till later because James has come on his bike today, so he's not in the van. And I need to take the curtains down and unpick them because the top seam has gone wrong. So I told you last week I wasn't very good at sewing, didn't I? So it's a real pain in the you-know-what, but when you try and draw the curtains to open them, they bunch up too much. And yeah, so I think I doubled over the seam and I should have just done it singly and maybe done it a little bit wider as well. So it's a bit bunchy and it's annoying. So I'm going to redo them, the top seam anyway. I think James is going to help me unpick because I've already obviously unpicked the side seam of one of them. Anyway, it's not really a big deal in the grand scheme of things. It's just a little bit annoying. It'll be worth it though when I get them right because they look cute. And just that teeny tiny thing of hanging the side curtains has changed it from a van to a little cosy home, a little cosy bedroom. So it's amazing what a set of curtains can do, isn't it really? And of course I still need to go and get my iron, so I might do that later today and just get, a little discounted one because I'm not a big ironer at all, if ever. Oh, and the other thing I need to do as well is do another coat of the wood stain on the trolley. And I need to sand a little bit as well because it's not very even. So I need to just sand one of the edges a little bit. And what I'm going to get James to do with my little sponge applicator thing is actually saw a bit off. Because when I was painting it on, I kept kind of knocking the top of my hand on the bottom of the other shelf. And it was really difficult to get an even coat. So I reckon if he chops off a bit of that, I'll be able to get my hand under a bit easier. So currently we've got no internet either because one of the tenants has just come through to see if I've got internet and I haven't. So hello Charlie. So that'll probably get fixed today, but yeah, we're not online yet, so which is quite good in a way because then I can just get on with my non-offline jobs. And I have to say, the last week or so, maybe a bit longer, I've stopped bringing in my laptop to the studio, so it's really encouraged me to do non-internety type things. There is that tendency to lose a load of time, isn't there, when you're online scrolling and looking up things, and then you get sidetracked and you get overwhelmed because you're multitasking too much. So it's quite nice to have some internet-free mornings at least. I do check in on a couple of things though, do a lens on the Patreon and maybe an Insta story as well. I'm quite good on the Insta stories, but on the main posts, I just kind of post when I'm in the mood, really. So, yeah. Anyway. So I've done my trolley, another coat, and I think actually 2 coats is enough. I'll show you in a minute. And it looks really good. I showed James and he's really impressed. He thinks it's really lovely as well. So that's just finished it off. And I know the colour doesn't match properly, but yeah, it's quirky. It's a mismatch. It's very Wendy. I like it a lot. And I'm going to leave that to dry until tomorrow, but I'm really excited to put all my stuff back on there. I've been doing a little bit of work on this one. Can you see that okay? So I haven't touched this painting for ages actually. She's been percolating a while and I got sidetracked with all my flower powers. So I'm going to come back to her. I wanted to work on her face. I'm going to do a little bit more to her face and neck, and then I want to work on her hand. And then I'm probably going to do some of my abstracty, loose, pretty flowers around her as well. So it's nice to have moved her forwards a little bit anyway. And also to be working on a portrait again, just to change things up a little bit from the just florals. And I'm hoping this week to get the canvas squares and other paintings kind of finished off. I want to have like a finishing off sesh, if you like, and then just bring everything to a close and varnish and seal the bits and bobs that need it. And I'm quite excited to see which pieces will look nice as postcards and prints and things like that, and get some new things ordered for the shop. So that's how the trolley's turned out. And let's see, let's turn it around for you. Yeah, there's some parts of it that maybe I could sand again and get more even, but I don't know, it's good enough for me. Nobody's going to see it except for you and me. So yeah, super happy with that. And I can't wait to get all my stuff back on there. It's currently sitting in the Oval Office here. Oh, and a few weeks ago, I don't know if you remember, but 5 of my paints from this set went missing. And I said I think the fairies had borrowed them. Well, the fairies brought them back today, and I found them in a really obvious place, which I'm sure I looked, but there you go. That's just the way it is. But yeah, that was just, it was annoying me. So I'm really glad I found those. Because 2 of the ones that were missing were my golds. And yeah, I was missing my golds. Anyway, I think now I'm going to go and pop in and see what James is doing, see if he's free. Because I might go to the shop and get an iron. So iron check. Let's go. Got the iron, which is was a bit weird because I haven't been to that supermarket. There's like an Argos inside a supermarket, and it's our nearest one. And I haven't been since the first lockdown, so over a year, because we've been in lockdowns for over a year. So that was really weird going in there. Anyway, I pretty much got the cheapest one I could get. I think it was £16. So, and yeah, just basic, but so needed for sewing. So I don't think I'm going to sew now. I might do the curtains tomorrow because, as I mentioned earlier, I've got some unpicking to do for the side curtains. So James has said he'll definitely help with that tonight. And then I can come in tomorrow and have a think about these ones, the back ones. So I'm going to make 2 for the back and make sure I don't make the same mistake that I made with the side curtains and make them too chunky at the top. So hopefully these go better. I don't want to be doing any more unpicking. It'll be worth it though. It'll be worth it in the end, won't it? So I'm just having tea this morning with you, of course. And I got in the studio quite early today. In fact, the building wasn't quite open, so I had to wait a couple of minutes out front before I could actually get in. That was okay. Gave me a chance to enjoy the garden a little bit. And one of the really nice things about my room, which I'm really lucky and I'm really grateful for, is the fact that I've got different areas where I can sit. And so sitting this end of the room is a completely different feeling to obviously where I work. So I thought I would have tea with you and also my plant babies this morning. So cheers to you if you're having your morning, afternoon or any time of day drink. And I've just been sat this morning just writing my morning list and seeing what I'd like to sort of get done today. So basically, last night I didn't unpick the curtains that had gone wrong. So I haven't done that yet. And it's partly because I forgot to take my little teeny tiny scissors home and the stitch unpicker thing. So, and James said he'd help me, so we can do that another time this week. And I want to do some more to my painting that I was doing yesterday, my portrait painting. So I'm going to work on her hand today, I think, and see how far I get. And also, because the new shelf on my trolley is all dry now, the wood stain's dry, I think it takes 6 hours, I can organise all my stuff. And then I'm going to do a little bit of filming for the Patreon video this week. I've done the art part, so I need to do the secret vloggy part. And then, yeah, give that footage to James. So I've got some nice things to do today. And James is going to do the shop orders that we've had this week so far and post those. So if you've made a little order from our shop, thank you very much. That will be posted for you today. And then once I finish filming everything, I can go home and edit this video for you. So I've decided to slow down my day a little bit because if I'm really being honest in here, which I want to be, I'm not feeling that good today. And without being, I don't know, I want to come on these videos and be cheery, cheer you up. You know, I don't want to bring anyone down or anything like that. But at the same time, I also want to be honest and authentic and, you know, just kind of share what's really going on. And I'm doing okay. You know, if I was really depressed, I wouldn't record a video at all. I would just snuggle in and self-care and recharge my batteries and then film again if and when I was ready. So it's not a problem. It's just a little mini share, if you like. But I haven't slept very well again, and I'm really worried about some of my loved ones still, and that has an impact on my anxiety levels and things like that. So I realised I just wanted to do a quick gratitude practice. And instead of doing it just in my journal, I have shared it on the Instagram, which I think I'm going to try and do every week. Yeah, and invite comments from people so that everyone can put their 3 things down as well, and we can kind of share our gratitude lists. For me, at the moment, when I get sort of into that stress or anxiety state, I stop and do some breathing, deep breathing, belly breathing. That slows me down straight away. And I try really hard to flip my mood from the anxiety or fears into gratitude. And yeah, at night I've been still using breathe in love, breathe out fear to help me get back to sleep. And that does work quite well. But yeah, I just thought I'd jump in here and share quickly what's going on, what's happening. So as well as that, I'm also having a load of fun sorting out all my stuff on my art trolley. It truly is such a joyful task to sort out all my stuff, finally. Because I couldn't do it yesterday, obviously, because I was waiting for the thingy to dry. So, and I haven't finalised everything yet. I've still got my pencils and my crayons and my bits and bobs to go on, and some more paper and things like that. But I might give you a little trolley tour later. I'm thinking as well that I might not get as much done as I'd hoped, and that's okay. I am giving myself permission to slow down my day. So cheers to you as well, if you want to do the same. And I feel better already. So thanks for keeping me company again. The best company. So here it is so far. Yeah, loving it. Really loving it. Got my rags on the end. all my bits and bobs on the top. Loads of brushes and mediums. What else have I got on there? Yeah, I've got all my ink collection here. Most of them are acrylic Liquitex inks. Some little inks I got from Crete when we lived in Crete. Still got some of those left. And then I've got various mediums, Mod Podge, modelling paste, my black gesso, some more mediums. That's my oil painting brushes and some white oil paint and then some water sprays and things like that. And then I've moved my brushes that were on my bench, so I've opened up that area a lot more, and I've still got a jar collection just behind there, so I'm not sure where those should live really at the minute. But yeah, just putting my brushes on here has cleared up my area, which is priority really, to get that as clear as possible so that my workspace is yeah, roomy as possible, and then I can spread out. Got all that space for my paints and palettes and stuff I'm using, and so that really helps free that up. And then as I'm using different things, I can swap things around, obviously. And then let's look at the other shelves, shall we? So here I've got some papers and that clipboard, which is kind of some source material I'm using at the moment. And then underneath at the bottom, I've got paper palettes. This is all my nice paper, my Strathmore mixed media paper, and the Archer's watercolour paper I've bought recently. And then some little scraps that I've got to work on of that. And then on this side, I've got, underneath that, I've got two glass palettes. One I use for oil painting and one I use for acrylic. And then I've got my Curiate, I don't know if I'm saying that right, the Gansai watercolour set with that palette as well that comes with that. And then on the bottom, I've got my pencil crayons, so my Prismas, which I've had for years, and also the new ones I've got recently, saved up for some Luminance pencils. And I have to say, these just come in the most beautiful packaging. And there's 3 trays of these, absolutely beautiful, beautifully made. Not sponsored at all, just my own opinion. I am finding them a lot harder though, even though they're wax based, than the Prismas. So I'm still using my Prismas. And then this side, I've got my art journal, and this is my graphite pencils. So all my pencils that I use, and then under there, just some bits and bobs. So I'll probably be switching things around as I yeah, get used to my trolley. But that's where we're at so far. I just wanted to say a little something as well about the video last week and the comments I got on it. I got loads of comments from people who really related to the blog post I read out, which did contain a little story of my getting past a bullying situation at school, and quite a lot of people related to that and had been through the same, a very similar thing. And I really appreciated all the sharing as well. Yeah, the level of sharing that goes on is absolutely wonderful. So thanks so much for that, because often it's not easy sharing these kind of stories. But then if we do, we recognise that we're not alone, and I think that really helps support us and bring us together into this circle of support, inspiration and love. And that's what I truly love about the YouTube as well. So I can't thank you enough for watching and being here and keeping me company, because the little community that we've built is truly heartwarming for me. How lucky are we to have the internet, really, to connect like this? It's funny as well, because when I was rereading that blog post last week and deciding which one to read out on the video, and I was reading out the fact that I was feeling vulnerable sharing on the blog, I would never have had any idea that I was going to do a YouTube channel. And I get quite a few comments as well from people who want to start YouTube channels, and all I can say to you is go for it. Sometimes I get comments from people saying they're self-conscious of their looks or their voice or something like that. Yeah, that's all part of it. And it's really interesting, but I've always had a real difficulty speaking out. And I've always had that thing where people have made comments, funny comments about my voice, my speaking voice. And yet, one of the things I hear in the comments really often is that my voice is soothing and people enjoy the way I speak. So you can only try, can't you? Because that just rewrites the whole story and flips it all around, which is basically, I think, what I've been doing in this video, just trying to flip everything around. So yeah, you should go for it too and flip things around. And whether it's a YouTube channel or something else, don't keep listening and don't get stuck in the old stories. We never stay the same. We're always learning and growing, and we are all a work in progress. So I just wanted to say that. So I can't wait to share the van with you more next week, and maybe we'll be going somewhere at the weekend. I'm not really sure. We don't have a plan yet. So try to keep your lights shining bright, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye. Mwah.
Gravel road, I've been asked to slow down. Fireplace, do you know how? Piles of paper, my desk is out.